Hello and welcome to RTM News. My name is Emmy Akura Adaa, and without wasting much of your time, we'll be taking a look at the stories coming in these news fold tonight, starting with the first story in South Africa. Durban Metro cops are shot dead while protecting councillor. Two Durban Metro police officers were shot dead in the Phoenix area in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Metro Police spokesperson, Senior Superintendent Pado, confirmed the death to News 24. Two officers, one male and one female, were shot in Phoenix last night, Monday, in the police van. The spokesperson said it is believed they were conducting consular protection services. This is a sad day for the Durban Metro Police Department. Spokesperson said the incident was still being investigated. And staying in South Africa, Mkhwebane considers appealing ruling setting aside external report. Public Protector Bosisiwe Mkhwebane is considering appealing the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria decision to set aside her report on the Estina Dairy Farm project, her office said yesterday evening. The Democratic Alliance had claimed the victory after the High Court ruled that Mkhwebane had failed in her duties to investigate and report on the controversial project. In 2018, the DA and the Council for the Advancement of the South African Constitution applied to have Mkhwebane's report on the project declared unconstitutional, revealed and set aside. On Monday, Judge Ronnie Toma ruled in its favor. She's reserved judgment on cost. And in the last story in South Africa for tonight, Jacob Zuma co-accused Theresa to argue NPA misconduct in bid for stay of prosecution. French arms company Thales will attempt to convince the Pietermaritzburg High Court to grant it a permanent stay of prosecution. On Sunday, Thales, former President Jacob Zuma's co-accused in the high-profile corruption case, issued a statement in which it maintained that it would also not receive a fair trial due to a very long delay in proceedings and factors that were out of its control. Bearing in mind the very long delay of this procedure through no fault of Thales at all, together with a range of factors beyond its control, Thales believed it cannot obtain a fair trial as it is entitled to under the SA Constitution and international law, the statement said. We will continue in the rest of Africa after the short break. Stay tuned.
Programs education and entertainment for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. Education and entertainment for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives is our focus. For quality programs, Wahi, education and entertainment for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the stories coming in this segment. Polls open in Malawi's tripartite elections. Polling stations opened in Malawi this morning, and voters will now have the opportunity to decide the fate of incumbent President Peter Mutharika, who is battling to hold off two serious rivals in a race that focused on corruption allegations and economic development. Mutharika, who has been in power since 2014, will face opposition from his own deputy Silas Chiliman and former Baptist preacher Lazarus Chakwera. We have set Malawi on the path of progress. Mutharika, 78, told the several thousands cheering supporters of his ruling Democratic Progressive Party in Blantyre at his final campaign rally at the weekend. Staying in this segment, Kenya block entry of Somali lawmakers amid diplomatic spat. Somali news outlets reported late yesterday that Kenya had denied a number of lawmakers access into the country. The latest round of a diplomatic standoff between the two neighbors. Radio Dasan said the Somalia's Deputy Minister of Water and Energy, Osman Libar, as well as the Senators Ali Hassan and Zamzam Dahi, had been left stranded at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi. Dasan Media has learned that the Somali embassy in Nairobi unsuccessfully intervened on behalf of the three. They added in a follow-up tweet. Report indicates that the trio are expected to return to Mogadishu and are likely to spend the night at the airport. And in the last story in this segment, Ethiopia making displacement crisis worsen with the forced return, says the Refugee International. The Ethiopian government is worsening an already bad situation with respect to an internal displaced crisis that has made the country a global leader in the area of displacement relative to insecurity. This is the view of Refugee International, a Washington-based group that advocates for life-saving assistance and protection for displaced people. In a May 18, 2019, a statement titled Ethiopia's treatment of its own IDPs making crisis worse. RI said it was deeply alarmed by new efforts aimed at forcibly returning displaced people. Their statement is premised on a recent report, especially by the UK Guardian, that said authorities were destroying temporary structures in southern Ethiopia, Gedo's zone, as a means of getting displaced people to return to their place of origin. The government's actions are making an ongoing humanitarian crisis even worse, said RI senior advocate Mark Yanel, who traveled to southern Ethiopia in September 2018. After a short break, we'll be taking a look at our Nigerian stories. Stay tuned.
Programs Wahi, education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. Education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, 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 Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives is our focus. For quality programs, Wahi, education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, RTM, Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives.
You're still watching RTM News. Let's take a look at the stories coming in our Nigerian stories for tonight, and starting with the first story. I spent 30 billion naira building hospitals in Imo State, says Okorocha. Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha on Monday said the 30 general hospitals in his administration built in the 8 years of his administration cost 30 billion naira. Okorocha spoke at the government house in Owerri, the state capital, while listing out some of the hospitals to churches and organizations under a public-private partnership arrangement. He said the state government spent about 1 billion on each of the 30 general hospitals. Okorocha said that the idea was to make the state the health tourist destination in the country. The governor, who urged the incoming administration to sustain the project, said he was finishing strong. Okorocha said, "While I congratulate you on the new general hospitals, I want to urge you to manage them well. I believe in public-private partnership arrangements because nothing has ever worked in the hands of government." Staying in Nigeria, militant threatened to declare Niger Delta Republic June 1st. A militant group network of Niger Delta Republic fighters has threatened to declare a Niger Delta Republic on June 1st, 2019. In a statement yesterday, the group said they were not happy with the situation in Nigeria. The statement by the Director of Information of the group, Maxwell Dan, alleged the selective maltreatment of the people of the region by the Muhammadu Buhari's administration. It listed the police invasion of the residence of a Niger Delta leader, Chief Edwin Clark, last year, and current ordeal of the ex-Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Omogen, as part of the selective maltreatment of Niger Delta people. The statement read, "It is quite unfortunate that the story has not changed till today, and we are standing on that declaration. We are standing on the declaration of the sovereign state of Niger Delta, and we will declare Niger Delta Republic on June 1st, 2019. And in the last story in Nigeria, Rivers APC denies giving Wike conditions for peace. The Rivers State chapter of the All Progressive Congress said yesterday that, contrary to the claim by the state governor, Nyesom Wike, it did not give conditions for the acceptance of the olive branch extended by the governor. The party's state publicity secretary, Chief Finebone, said that it only suggested a way out of the current state of insecurity in the state. Finebone explained that if the current administration in the state had improved on the security architecture put on the ground by the then Rotimi Amechi administration, the current state of insecurity would have been stamped out. He said the attention of the Rivers State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has been drawn to a recent statement by Governor Nyesom Wike that our party requested the completion of project by the previous administration as precondition for accepting the olive branch offered by the government. After the short break, we'll be taking a look at our international stories. Stay tuned.
Programs education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, 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 Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives is our focus. For quality programs, Wahi, education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, 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 Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives is our focus. For quality programs, Wahi, education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, 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 Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives.
Welcome back. You're still watching RTM News. A Christchurch shooting is the mosque attacker charged with terrorism. The man accused of killing 51 people in Christchurch mosque attack has been charged with terrorism. New Zealand police have said Brenton Tarrant was charged with engaging in a terrorist act, police said in a statement this morning. He is already facing charges of murder and 40 of attempted murder following the attack on two mosques in the South Island city on 15th March. The Australian is next due in court in June. The attack was the deadliest mass shooting attack in New Zealand. As a result, New Zealand's parliament voted to ban military-style semi-automatic weapons. And taking a look at the next story coming in this segment, Singapore and Malaysia suspend intercity rate project. Singapore and Malaysia have agreed to suspend the construction of a $1 billion train project linking the city-state to the southern Malaysia state of Johor. The transport minister said today the suspension marks a delay in yet another project since a new Malaysian government came into power last year, pledging to tighten financials and review major deals. The ministers announced at a joint press conference in Singapore that the delay will be until September 30 and that Malaysia will pay Singapore compensation for abortive costs if by 30 September 2019 Malaysia does not proceed with the RTS Link project. Malaysia will also bear the agreed cost incurred by Singapore, Kambun 1 and Anthony Locke said in a joint statement. And taking a look at the last story coming in this segment, Indonesia President candidate Prabowo to challenge a poll result in Constitutional Court. Indonesia President candidate Prabowo Subianto is to challenge the official election result in the Constitutional Court campaign team, official DASCO said this morning. Prabowo lost last month's presidential election to incumbent President Joko Widodo, who secured 55.5% of the public vote. The Election Commission's official count showed earlier this morning. After the short break, we'll be taking a look at our sports stories. Stay tuned.
Programs education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, 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 Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives is our focus. For quality programs, Wahi, education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, 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 Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives is our focus. For quality programs, Wahi, education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting your soul. We are here. RTM, 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 Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's take a look at the stories coming in our sports story, and starting with the first story coming from France. Kylian Mbappe, PSG say France striker will remain at the club next season. Kylian Mbappe and Paris Saint-Germain's shared history will continue the next season, says the French champions. France World Cup winner Mbappe won the Ligue 1 Player of the Year award on Sunday and hinted in acceptance speech about a new project elsewhere. When asked to clarify the comment, the 20-year-old said, "I said what I had to say." In a statement, PSG said very strong links unite the club and Mbappe, who signed from Monaco in 2017. And in the next sports story, Steve Clarke is named new Scotland manager on 3-year deal. Steve Clark says he wants to emulate the success of the Scotland women's team after being named the country's new head coach. The 55-year-old replaces Alex McLeish on the 3-year deal a day on from guiding Kilmarnock to third in the Scottish Premiership. Scotland sits fifth in the Europe 2020 qualifying group after 2 games, while Sheila Kell's side are set for next month's Women's World Cup. It is an honor, he said. Staying in the sports story, Graham Potter appointed new Brighton manager after leaving Swansea. Brighton have appointed Graham Potter as their new manager on a 4-year deal. Potter, 44, leaves the championship side Swansea and replaces Chris Hulton, who was sacked last week after the Seagulls finished 17 in the Premier League. Potter joined the Welsh side from Swedish side Östersunds FK in June 2018 and guided them to a 10th place finish. We believe that Graham is an excellent fit for our club, said the Brighton chairman Tony Bloom. We are delighted to have secured the services of one of the brightest young English coaches. Graham Potter has an excellent record of developing teams with an attractive playing style, fierce determination, and a strong collective spirit, the statement reads. Taking a look at the last story coming in our sports story, Toni Kroos, the Real Madrid midfielder, signs a new 4-year deal. Real Madrid midfielder Toni Kroos has signed a 4-year contract extension with the club. The new deal ties the German international to Madrid until June 30, 2023. Kroos, 29, has made 233 appearances for Real Madrid, including 28 in La Liga and 8 in the Champions League this season. The 2014 World Cup winner joined from Bayern Munich in 2014 and has won 11 trophies during a 5-year spell. And those are all the stories we have for you in our news for tonight. See you again tomorrow. Same time, same station. Do have a wonderful evening.
Redemption Television Ministries, redeeming lives is our focus. Well, for quality programs, why education and entertainment, for spiritual messages uplifting.